what I do. Lace up my shoes, chase W's, grape colored coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. It's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Seattle. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Good job right there. 36 power.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you've got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run.
Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. He lets it fly from Lockett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. After the interception, here's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. Selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson. And he's got Snead. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling, go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal is there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down, and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Break your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This time, Jackson will throw it. They go screen. This is Ingram. And some room to roam now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now, 3rd and goal. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult pull to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Domata Peko in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and losing.
And he's going to go down again. Pernell McPhee. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. With it is Brown. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On first and 10. It's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down now, it's Ingram, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And an alley to run. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis up. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in as the Ravens push further out in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On second down, it's Carson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Check 3, check 3. Check 52. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
On third down, Carson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the... First.
We play to win. Let's go.
Good for a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
What? Move the team. Line 36. Get that quarterback.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson being chased out left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he bounds. Late. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10. To throw again. Wilson buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get going to throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 82 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. First down, the run with Lynch. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Good guys, 4 down, 4 down.
On second and 11 now. Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So it's third and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanking the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
It's second and 8.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Slam.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help both.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. Steps away to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Seahawks on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He hits his running back. Precise. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Wilson escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Pass from Jackson, complete to Ingram. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run to Marshawn Lynch. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll run again with Lynch, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.